before we start, I would like to say that if you like the contents of these videos, please like, share, and comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the notification icon. The charts we will be describing, the links to those are given in the description below. Along with that, you will also find the link to our free Discord server as well as our Facebook page. You are very welcome to join there. Also, as I mentioned earlier, my 65 hours live price action course, the next batch is starting on the second week of September. So if you're interested in joining that, please drop a message in the comment section below, or you can join us on Discord and send me a direct message there as well. Let us now get back to the charts. Hello traders, let us take a look at what we are expecting tomorrow. What are the support and resistance levels that we have? And again, we will start from the monthly chart. So nothing significant has happened in the monthly chart as of now. We have this 43.5 area as the high of the month. We have the June high here. We have the open of the month at the 5575 area, and then we have the close of last month at 5574. So we went back to the 5542 area, and then we just had a pullback today. Now when we look at the daily chart, we will see that the pullback is actually really very insignificant at this point, but then we will have to see and plan what can be happening in the next moments. So on the monthly chart, that is all that we have at this point, and there is nothing else that can be derived from this. So the only thing is that we need to concentrate on the midpoint of this monthly chart of this monthly channel at this point, and that will come somewhere around the 5587 or the 5583 area, somewhere in this red box that we have drawn on the monthly chart. Let us now check what is happening on the weekly chart. So we went above the high of this particular line, which is at 5630, and then we got rejected from there. We came down below that, and we have closed below this 5619 line, which was also supposed to be a support area. Right now, if we are looking for the market to go up, we may actually expect that the market will come above this 3032 line, which has been a very good resistance today, and then we can actually move up to the high of the day at the 43.5 or the 45 area, and then we will look for whether we can get to the 50 to 57 and then to the 80 area, right? On the other side, if this 5611 is again broken down, and if it holds today, we broke it down but we could not hold it. So if this area breaks down and it holds, then we can come down somewhere in this 55.99 to the 55.88 area. And if you are looking at the 4-hour chart, which we'll be looking subsequently at, you will see that the 5593 area is actually a measured move on the 4-hour chart if the bears can come down there. Now from an ATR perspective, if we see last week we ended the ATR at 232 points, so we have a lot of room for price to move up. We have started from 55.65 here, so 200 points will bring us somewhere to 57.65. So there is still room for the price to move up based on the ATR. And we will have to see if we can break out this 32245 level and start moving towards the 5660 to the 80 areas. Now looking at the daily chart, after 8 days, this was the first pullback that we had, and this pullback happened at the 5630 level. So now we will have to wait and see if we are breaking above this 31.5 line. I would not consider the 29.5 at this point. I will be much more comfortable if we can get over this 31.5 or the 32 area. This area got rejected 2 times today, so I want to see that the price goes above this and holds this, and at that point of time I will be confident that maybe we are moving to the high of today, and then we can target the 64.5 or the 65 area and then move up from there to get to the 73 to the 80 areas. On the downside, again, if we break down this 5609, which has been a good support, also it is a support of this trend line that we have. If we break this down, we can come down to the 5601 area, which is the top of this particular candle, and we may find bulls here. Now, if we are breaking through this, we can even come down to the 5584 level, and then we can try to close the gap at 80 and finally see the 5560 level here. Now, if you see today, the ATR today ended at around 50 points. So if the market wants to come down 50 points from the close of today, which is at 5619, then we will see ourselves somewhere in the 5569 area, which is the bottom of this box, and we may bounce from there. And if we are trying to get 50 points from the close of today on the upside, then we will find ourselves somewhere in the 5670 areas. Now, it is highly possible that these moves happen overnight, and then we will have to see in the morning how the hourly chart and the 4 hourly chart has moved with respect to these lines, and then decide what the plan for the day is going to be from 9:30 to 4:15 again. Looking at the 4 hour chart, on this candle, we had the first leg down here and we went back up, because we know that most of the time the first entry shorts and the first entry longs are usually reversed. And then we had this second leg down. We have an inside bar after that. So right now this turns into a mother bar. So we will have to put our mother bar fibs on top of this candle right now from the top to the bottom, and then we will see in which direction the price is moving. However, if you want to do a 1:1 of this particular move, and even if we are conservative and we keep our 50% at the close of this particular candle, and then I go and change it to a 1:1 setup, then we see that 5592 is an area where the bears may want to reach, right? So this can be a very good area of profit taking for the bears. And if you see, this was a breakout area as well, where price broke out and we made a new high. So there is a possibility that we can come down here, retest this breakout area, bounce from here and go back up again, and this may actually create the whole trading range. Now, if we want to be a little bit aggressive and want to see where the price can come with respect to this whole candle, including the wicks, then the price will bring us to the bottom of this particular box, which is at 5573, and then we can break down further and go further down. Once we put the mother bar fib exactly on this candle, I have to make it a little bit better. Yeah, when I put the mother bar right on this candle, you see that we are currently above the 89%, which is at 5611. We did come down there, but then we retrace back. This is a bullish bar, so we will have to see till how far we can have the next couple of 4 hour candles and when the next drop will start. Once we get below the close of these two candles, which is at 5617, and maybe break down that 5614.5 line again, we may basically come down to the 5609, to the 5607, to the 5604 areas. The 5604 area will be the 21% extension of this particular bar, so even we can bounce from that one. And if we keep falling down, then we can come to this 5596, 5590, and finally to this 5572 area. On the upside, I would want to see that we are above this 5631 line, which is the upper 1/3 of this particular bar. If we are in a trading range, then if we go above this, there will be a probability that we can touch the 5639, the 5643 once again. And if we want to break out, we will have to be careful around the 5647 and the 51 areas once again. But if we can cross above these, we can get to the 5655 and the 60 levels very easily. And if it was just a pullback and we go straight ahead above this and try to break out of this tomorrow, then the 1:1 of this particular bar, the target will be at the 5680 levels. However, looking at the strength of this bar and looking at this particular candle getting rejected right at the 33% of this bar, it seems like it can do the downwards 1:1 at least to the 9293 area before we can bounce and go back up, conquer this top again, and keep going up towards the top. Let us see what happened on the 1 hour chart. So on the 1 hour chart, we had this first push down, we had this second push down, we had the third push down, we had the fourth push down. So all this time we were in a trading range here, and that is what the trading range bar we saw in the morning on the 4 hour chart. And this fifth push down finally broke this bottom at 5526, and we came down all the way till the 560809 area. And after that, if you see, this was the first leg up which got taken out, this was the second leg up. It may so happen that the 1 hour chart gets another couple of legs down. If we see here, we are in this particular channel in the 1 hour chart at this point, so we will have to see whether we can break down this 5610 area, the 568 area, and then come down and touch the bottom of this channel again. So if you see here, out of the 8 bars here right now, we have the 5 bars as bearish, so there is a bearish momentum in the market at this point of time. We can hold the bottoms here at the 0809 area or even at the 01 area. I will put this line here also at this point, which is a very important line on the 1 hour chart. And that will be the 5605 line. If you see, this was the breakout, this was the breakout test, and we went back up again. So if this 5605 line breaks down, then there is a bigger possibility we come down to 5601, we come down to 5598, and subsequently to the 5590 areas. And then we will see if we are breaking this down and getting down to the bottom at the 5571, or even to this breakout gap area at the 556975. Again, on the upside, I would like to see that there is a strong breakout of this channel, we are taking out the high of this particular bar, which is at 32. Now this was the second entry long, right? And we went up to the top of the channel again, and then we got rejected from there. So it is highly possible that we come to the midpoint of this channel once more and break that down and touch the bottom side of this. But if we can take out the top of this particular bar at 5632, then we can come and revisit this areas between 35 and 34. And if we take this out, we can come to the 43 area again. And on the upside, we have the 53 area, and then the 60 to the 65 area, and then we can move up to the 56, 67, and subsequently to the 56, 84 areas. Now, if we consider this whole move from this bottom to this top, you will see that the 50% line is at 5604, which is again a very strong support area that we have. So we may come down there, bounce from there, and start going back up again. So this 5604 or 05 area will be very important for the price, and we will have to see whether we are breaking down through it or we are climbing up from here and getting to the top again. If we are also concentrating on this bigger channel here, we saw that today we got a support right at the bottom of this channel, and from there we have picked up again. So again, it is possible that we come to the bottom of this channel, we do not break it down, or we break it down and get back into the channel. That will also be considered as a failed breakout. And then if we see if we are getting above the top trend line of this particular downward channel, then there is a possibility that we can keep going up and reach these highs again. But then we will have to be careful that the first breakout may not work out. It may create a new low again and then start going up. Let us take a look at the RTH 5-minute chart right now. So this has been created as a very strong sell zone at this point of time, and I would like to see that the price getting above this, or rather getting above this 56.33 line, and then we can expect that the price can move up to the high of today. If we can take that out, we can get to the 56.55 areas. Now if you look at the daily chart once again, you will see that this was a very insignificant move in comparison to the 8 days move that we moved up, right? Yes, it may start a pullback, but at this point of time, this is not a strong enough bearish bar to say that the market is reversing and we will be coming further down. So we will need more proof in order to say that the market has turned bearish. Right now it is just a pullback bar. It may just be a pause bar in this whole area. We can have a couple of more days doing a trading range here, and then the market can do a 1:1 of this whole move above this pause bar. And if the Jackson Hole news is actually good, then I'm expecting that we can easily get to that 6,000 level and do a 1:1 measured move of this whole spike that we have. Now we also know that after a spike we need a pullback to create a channel, right? So maybe this is the pullback that started here, and if we do not break down this low, or even if we come down a little bit below that and pick up again and start going up, that will be a false breakout. And once we get above this 445.75 area, our first target can be the 1:1 of this particular move that we had today, and that will bring us to the 56.80 areas again. Getting back to the 5-minute chart again, we have this 4 consecutive bull bars here. So if we are opening somewhere in this area, there will be a chance tomorrow that the first move will be on the upside, and we would try to create a 1:1 of this particular move to the upside. That is highly possible. Or we will come up to the 32 area once again, get rejected from here, create a new low, and then see how far we can go down. This 12.75 and 13 area will be very important tomorrow. So if you see that we broke this line down and we failed to break it down, immediately we came back up, and then we went one strong leg above this. Now, even if you see here, this was the first leg, this was the second leg, this was the third leg, and this was the fourth leg. So we did have the 4 legs to the upside. And when we came down, this was the first dump, this was the second dump, this was the third dump, and we had 4 legs down on the bottom also. We did go back here. This was your first entry long, and as usual, the first entry long got reverted. And then the second entry long went up, and we were in this move, and we closed at the 25 line. So basically, we are in a trading range at this point, and the trading range can be said to be between 32 and 13. If we break above it and go above the high of today, this whole trading range can be duplicated to the upside, as well as if we are starting to break down these areas once again, the whole trading range can be duplicated to the downside as well. So if we look at the upside target for this particular trading range, we come to 5652, and if we are looking at the downside target of this particular trading range, that will bring us to the 5593 area. So we will have to see which way we are breaking breaking out, and after breaking out, if we are holding that area, and if we are holding that area, these will be the targets. But before that, we will have to see that the high of the day is taken out or the low of the day is taken out. We also have support at 5605 area, and then at the 5601 area again. So once these areas are broken down either on the downside or on the upside, it will be an easy move to the 1:1 levels for the price at that point of time. So that is where I will end the video today. I will meet you guys again at 8:45 a.m. EST tomorrow morning to make the plan for the day. And if you want to join that call, the link to the Google Meet is given in the description below. Till then, have a great night, everyone. I'll see you guys again tomorrow morning. Bye.